Dude, this game, the way that this game works for certain flipping is super long term, and it's like, what's even the point, right? I don't know. This video is gonna be way too long. I need to stop talking. Just watch it.
And yes, you can totally sell it for these in game. Watch enough of my videos on this channel, and you guys will get the hang of like how to make platinum. Like,
oh wait,
how
we
you
already seen
craft
this part.
Messages. So
Wait, did we?
everything that has red, I don't have a sell price because I'm not worry about and selling him for like that far down the road. And again, if you guys don't understand, like, because I said a year, you're like, a year? Yes, a year. For this, like, making platinum in this game can be for brand new people. But realistically, if you want to be like a god at making platinum, you're kind of in this game. Like, you're into this.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Is like, you can make platinum by farming corrupted models, selling them, farming prime parts, selling them, farming whatever the fuck you want to farm and selling it. But if you want to actually get to like 1 million plat or 100,000 or more, you gotta think more long term. You gotta think about, hey, if I buy this now for 30, and the price is it's vaulted, so like in like 3 months it's 40, and 3 more months is 50, and 3 more months is 75. Then so if I buy them all now for 30, and I get hundreds of them, the price will go up even faster since I'm buying so many, but not by very much because I'm only one person. And then after the year goes by, I have like 200 sets that I got for 40 average, and now I'm selling them for 125 to 150, and boom, maybe the sales aren't coming through as quickly as you would be getting them on Warframe Market, but still posting in trade chat, you're getting multiple sales a day, although it took you that time of waiting for the price to change. It's like you bought in when it was lowest. It was like, here, I need to pull up a paint really quick. Let me show you. Think about it like this, right? So this is the bar of prices, right? So right here is where you want, like, so this is where it gets this is where it enters the game at, right? We could call this like 1K plat or something, right? This is where it enters the game. Immediately after like the first couple days, it drops, right? We see that it drops really quickly, and then it sort of like stabilizes, right? And then it continues to drop over time, and then eventually it gets vaulted, and we see a little bit of a spike here, and then we see slow growth over time with little waves up and down, and then, you know, let's just pick a new one. Right, we're seeing that growth over time. Then it gets unvaulted, right, and it goes down, and then it gets vaulted again and it goes up. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you buy right here for 30, and then you wait until it's, you know, when it's already vaulted, it's been vaulted for like a month already, and then you bought it for 30, and then you waited and it went up to 70 after like 9 months or something, you could be selling sets here for like 150, right, and making a good amount of profit. And then when it gets unvaulted, the price starts dropping again, and instead of selling them, you just completely stop selling them and instead buy them for like 40 or something, and then you're holding the price up, and then the thing, you know, you're getting sets for cheaper than you used to, and then it gets vaulted. Anyways, fuck, I don't know why I'm showing all this. Let's go next. I don't know.
This community, you're committed to it. So
I can't remember what I was trying to demonstrate. It was like, oh, you know what? I know what I was trying to demonstrate. Here, let me show you. So it's like, this is the thing, right? So it's like, let's say that this is Warframe market price, right? This is what people are trying to sell for right now, right? Right here. But this is how much I will end up buying for, right? Right here. And so the Warframe market price is going up as it's vaulted, and my buying price is going up as it's vaulted, and my selling price is going up as it's vaulted. So what ends up happening is that I'm buying here and then selling here, and then buying here, and then selling here, and then buying here, and then selling here, and it just keeps going like that, right? And so if I can buy more at this part right here in the past, then whenever the price goes higher, I can sell more when the price is higher in the future. So in the first year of grinding or whatever, I try to stock up on as many sets as I could, and now I'm up to like almost 4,000 sets. Let's see, how many sets do I have? 3,700, I think. Oh, 3,900. Basically 4K sets. Alright, I'm out here grinding. Anyways, this is like a 14-minute video. My reaction is gonna be like an hour long. What the fuck?
A year from now, we'll say about 2 to 250. Plus, maybe you want to put Warframe down for a little bit, stop playing it for whatever reason. Like maybe you get burnt out, like a lot of people do, and then you'll come back to it from a year, and you'll be like, "Thank God I bought all those Chroma sets a year ago for 60 plat, or all those Atlas sets a year ago for 40 plat." So it's totally an investment that kind of make. You know, you're playing this.
Here's how you should really go about it, though. If you're going to invest in vaulted sets that are cheap, you should be investing evenly, or not evenly, but like somewhat evenly across the board on Warframes. You shouldn't just invest into one Warframe. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, Banshee and Mirage, they're so cheap since they're unvaulted. Or Chroma and Zephyr are so cheap since they're unvaulted. I'm gonna stock up and I'm gonna get 500 of each. Because then what ends up happening is that if they got unvaulted again, like through some other thing or whatever in the future that you couldn't predict, nobody could predict, then you're just completely fucked. But if you were buying everything that was vaulted, then regardless of what gets vaulted, your overall inventory worth will not drop by that much. It'll only drop by like less than 5%. Like when Banshee and Mirage or Chroma and Zephyr got unvaulted, and I did my evaluation on my prime sets and everything, my new price was not lower than it was before. Even though my Banshee and Mirage price and my Chroma and Zephyr prices, like those investments, how much I quote unquote have worth in value dropped because of the Warframe market price drop, but because I was evenly investing in everything almost, my overall investment went up. It's like stock market, except for Warframe.
This game great moving forward, and the game's only getting better every time. You know, like every so many months. So totally worth it. Ember Prime, 130 is the low, 300 in the game. Equinox, we're not selling Equinox. Frost, 120 on the low, 300 is what I'd recommend in game. Maybe 300 plus, whatever you want to do with that. Gara over here, 60 to 70, or you could do 150 to 200. Gara, as you notice, is currently farmable. So Gara is kind of
so this is the situation of a Garuda situation, right? Because this is right now. Okay, let's say right now, right? Garuda is the most recent Warframe that came out, and you can still farm it. People are still willing to pay 150 to or 100 to 150. I don't, maybe if I was trying to sell it for 175, I'd get a sale, but I haven't been trying to lately. Let's be honest. I haven't really been messing with Garuda, Haro, and Nidus as much in the last couple of weeks. But before, like, let's say like a month ago, Garuda, Haro, and Nidus were flipping like crazy for me. I was selling Garuda for 175, Haro for Garuda for 200, Haro for 175, and Nidus for 150, and then eventually swapped to Garuda for 175 and then Haro and Nidus for 150 each. And I was selling more than one of each every day. More than one of each every day on average. Like some days I might sell like 2 or 3 of one of them and not sell a single one of the other one. But then the next day I would sell 2 of those ones and not sell that one and sell one of the other one. You know what I mean? Like the Garuda, Haro, Nidus sales were giving me tons of what do you call that? Shit, bread. It's like the bread and butter or whatever. It's like a good chunk of my trades and profits was coming from the Garuda, Haro, Nidus flips. So this is the same case back then. Garuda was one of those Warframes that's new and farmable, somewhat new but farmable, and so you're able to sell for a stupid amount in trade chat because people who are veterans to the game who are coming back will who have everything in the game or who had everything in the game, when they come back, they'll have a good enough amount of platinum or a good enough amount of sets or a good enough amount of stuff that they could just sell their stuff instantly for bottom value and then overspend and get the new Warframe that just came out, and they can do this really, really quickly, right? They don't have to spend too much time, and since they put in tons of time, like thousands of hours in the past, they have platinum or they have whatever, and they just log in, they get the new Warframe right away, they spend extra, whatever, they sell their stuff for cheaper, whatever, they save time, and then they get to experience the new Warframe early and have fun with it, and then they get bored and they stop playing the game, and that's okay, because this is the cycle. Anyways, I'm just ranting, dude. I'm literally just ranting at this point.
You can start collecting her at this. She'll probably get lower in another 6 to 9 months. Gar will probably be maybe like 40 plat, 50 plat. She'll get a little bit cheaper, but this is only going to decrease the amount that you could sell her for in game because she's currently farmable and she's still kind of new. The same thing is going to happen with Nidus. When I show you Nidus's price down below, he's only going to get cheaper.
So this was before Haro and Garuda.
Selling him is only going to get cheaper until he gets vaulted, and then he's going to look like Atlas, where you're only going to want to buy him. We have Hydroid, 225 plus. Inaros and Ivara don't sell. Ivara, I believe, is the next Warframe to get vaulted.
Yeah, Inaros and Ivara don't sell. The reason why is because these are the two cheapest Warframes in the game. Actually, Inaros and Titania are the two cheapest. Yeah, I think. The thing is, Inaros is still farmable. Titania was just vaulted, and Ivara was vaulted before Titania. So it's like, these three Warframes, right? They're just, there's too much stock in the game currently, right? People in the last year farmed tons of Inaros, Ivara, Titania sets, and so even if Ivara and Titania are vaulted, getting sales on them isn't as easy as you'd expect it to be. I have gotten tons of sales on Ivara for 150 and Titania for 125. So it's not impossible, but it does take effort, and like when I say effort, I mean just posting multiple times, like fucking 50 times a day at least, something like that.
It's either Ivara or Titania, but I think it's Ivara is the next Warframe to get vaulted. So
yeah, Ivara was next.
You're gonna want to stock up on these. You have like 2.5 months, I think, about 2.5 months left to farm Ivara's. And I recommend you farm her first. Don't just go and buy all these Ivara sets like for 30 plat. Like
I did.
Farm them out.
Dude, I bought a bunch of them for 30.
And then whatever parts you have left over, just round your sets out. That would be honestly probably the most plat savey thing you could do.
Not essentially.
So Limbo over here, 225.
You would think, but
and look at this. Literally the most expensive.
I think the reality is that buying sets for as cheap as you can is like insanely OP compared to farming. If you're gonna farm anything, what you should be farming is the most recent 2 or 3 Warframes that were unvault or released into the game. So like Garuda, Haro, maybe Nidus, because these ones are still selling for a decent amount. But farming something like Inaros or something that's like about to be vaulted, unless you don't have multiple sets already stocked up, there's like no point. Like, dude, I have 450 Inaros sets or 480 or something. Like same with Titania or whatever. I have like over 400. Like, there's no reason for me to farm or buy any more of these. Like, and I would have never gotten nearly as much sets if I was farming them. The amount that I got from buying was fucking ridiculous.
Cheapest, the most expensive cheap frame in Warframe market is averaging 520 for Loki Prime right here. And even a few months after TennoCon, where they just gave us a bunch of Lokis. And why? Because he wasn't tradable. The Lokis that they gave us for TennoCon was not a tradable Loki. Plus, there's way more players playing the game on and off than actually showed up to TennoCon.
Exactly. Even
though that there's a lot, but on and off.
The thing is that I knew about TennoCon and I was prepared to watch TennoCon, and then I got the date wrong or something, and I slept, or like I like something happened and I woke up like super late, and I checked it out and I was like, wait, I missed the TennoCon stream? Are you kidding me? Like it happened while I was asleep? I didn't even know. And then I was so upset, dude. I missed my Loki Prime set for free. It feels bad, man.
A lot, like, not all at the same time, but
at least I'll get a Titania set for free.
Whatever. There's way more people playing the game.
Bro, they gave out the Loki set for free when it was like 500, and now I'm like, bruh. Now it's like a year later, and they're gonna what, you expect them to release Ash or Vauban or something? Nope, they're releasing Titania, one of the cheapest Warframes in the game, for TennoCon. So it's like, Titania's next. Yes, she is. But why? I think this person's talking about vaulting. Ivara was next for vaulting, and then Titania. So this guy's actually wrong. But Titania was next. The next Warframe that got unvaulted for fucking TennoCon, dude. Or given away for free.
Showing up at TennoCon, so that kind of makes sense for why his price is this. And for this 800 in the game, because of where his price is and how good this is, if you want to sell him for 600, 700, that's fine too.
Yeah, of course.
These are my recommended prices, so I want to make that clear as well. These sell for in-game.
This is how I see it, right? If you bought it from Warframe Market, and you're selling it into Trade Chat, you want to add in between, depending on, like, right, it depends how much time you have to play, right? If you don't have tons of time, like let's say the first time you try to do this or whatever, you don't go through trades fast enough, and you still have trades at the end of the day when you log off or whatever, then you want to change your prices and lower the margins. And then eventually you'll find the margin that works for you. So for me, the margin is around 100 plat for me. Some sets I can go higher than that. Some sets I go lower than that. So yeah, if I bought it for 500, I would be selling it for 600, or at least 600 minimum, pretty much. And then if I bought it for like 30 or 25, I would still be trying to sell it for 125 or 150. And I would only be willing to maybe drop it down to 100 if I had, like, let's say over 200 sets. And I'm still profiting. I'm still making 75. I'm still getting 4 times what I paid.
Games, this is what I would be selling it for, because I can sit in Trade Chat all day.
Exactly.
And, well, not all day, but like I could sit in Trade Chat for a couple hours at a time, and just read Trade Chat and just, you know, like, grind it out, sort of thing.
And not everybody has the time to do that, so that's why you can sell it for less.
But this is what it's going for on the market, which, you know, based off of the...
These are old prices, by the way.
Working out, sell them for at least 600 if you're not gonna, like, if you're gonna sell them in game. But I recommend 800 plus. Mag, 220. This is really good. I feel like finally people are respecting Mag, because Mag used to be really cheap, and I'm really happy about this. So Mag is a good frame.
People aren't respecting Mag anymore.
People don't give her enough credit, and I feel mostly because they don't understand how to play her.
True.
This is great. This
I don't know how to play her that well.
Low. Mag 300 plus 350. That's fine. If you want to do that. Mesa over here is 90 to 100. Mesa didn't get vaulted. Mesa got vaulted about 9 months ago, and she's already from between 90 and 100.
And she got unvaulted for Prime Resurgence, which dropped her price a little bit. But after Prime Resurgence was over, because, you know, people were more focused on the sets that were over 100 and not like Mesa. They were more focused on other things. We are back. We are back to 100. So yeah, some of these things that got unvaulted for Prime Resurgence dropped like an insane amount. Like, for example, Loki is still at like 200, most likely, I'm guessing. Like, all the sets that were like above 200 dropped to like 150 to 200, and then maybe 150 to 175 even. And then after let's say 6 months, now the prices are starting to, some of the prices are back, some of them are higher, some of them are lower. And there's a lot that are, all the ones that were over 200 are lower, because they're all at 200 or lower. They're in between 200 and like 190. And stuff that was like 90 to 100 is now like 100. Well, not everything though. Like something like Rhino was unvaulted for 3 months and then unvaulted for Prime Resurgence. So his price is actually like 75 or 80, I think. And Trinity is, I think, 100, right? So yeah, there's a lot of things that happen from Prime Resurgence. Like, a lot of sets dropped in value, but at the same time, certain sets that weren't focused farmed at all, those ones didn't drop in value, or they dropped in value, but then they came back to their price, and some of them have even recovered past where they were. Which, it's only been 6 months, which is it's a good sign if they don't do Prime Resurgence every 6 months. If they do it every year, that's a good sign that you can take advantage of the Prime Resurgence event, stock up, and then like 10 months later, or even like 8 months, 6 months later, that's when you can start selling and getting rid of everything that you stocked up on and making stupid amounts.